Okay, my bad. My camera just cut off, so we're just gonna make this a two-parter. Once again, I'm talking about my experiences with interviewing with Teach for America. And so, as I was saying, I had asked, the interviewer had asked me what would deter me from fulfilling my 2-year commitment to Teach for America. And I told her, well, if I won the lottery, I probably wouldn't do it. And she gave me the dirtiest look. And here's my thing. My opinion on the situation is, if I was to win the lottery, I would clearly be funding my underprivileged school to make it better. And if I'm teaching there, that would be a conflict of interest. So that was my reasoning, but whatever. I don't think she understood it. But either way, my interview was over very quickly. She was just like, I don't really have any questions for you. And I was just like, oh, does that mean, well, dang. All right. So I left and I went back to work, and I didn't hear anything for 3 weeks. And there were some things that were, I was kind of a little bit obsessed, just a tiny bit. There was some websites that were talking about the Teach for America process, and I would actually put a link down below to one of them, so that I guess if you have any questions or you want to talk to other people about the process, you can. And one particular site, they were talking about, because when it comes to Teach for America, when you're going through the interview process, on the website you have your own profile, and it shows you everything that you've completed, everything you haven't completed, and just things that need to be done. And also it tells you your due dates, and it lets you know if you're further in the process or you haven't been accepted. So, and one thing that they do is once you're done with the final interview, there's a lot of paperwork they have you put in, and it's kind of like they're asking us if you have been accepted into the program. Like, you have to apply for things. Like, one thing you can do is apply for transferring funds, in which, it's like grants that pay for your fund, like pay for you to move to whatever area you're accepted to. So a lot of people apply for transitional funds. It's not transferring funds, transitional funds. And so I applied for transitional funds, of course. And there was a rumor going around that if they give a confirmation that they have checked your transitional funds and they've received all your paperwork, that you're automatically accepted. And if it shows that it's pending, that means that they haven't checked it because they are not accepting you. And so it's just like you haven't been accepted. And from looking at past people that had been through the process, it seemed like to be 100% accurate. Everyone that had got confirmation that they had submitted their transitional funds paperwork got accepted, and the people that it said pending for did not get accepted. So when it came to my particular profile, I would check every day to see if they confirmed that they got all my paperwork for transitional funds, and it always said pending. So I just really hated the fact that I had looked on this website, because now it just got me all Debbie Downy-ish, because I was just like, oh my gosh, I did not get accepted, and that really sucks. And so then I just remembered the day that the decisions were going to be made was April the 25th. And so on April the 25th, I remember being at work and just checking the website to see if I had made it. And I was checking and checking and checking, and nothing was turning up. And then finally, it was after school program time, so I was, busy doing my job. And then I came back and I went to the website one more time to check it. And then all of a sudden it said, congratulations, you've been accepted. And I was like, what? For real? Cool, that's awesome. And so then I just clicked on for more information, and it told me that I had been accepted to go to New Orleans, which made me super excited because I always loved that city and that I had been chosen for elementary school education, which made me absolutely just elated because that's of course the place that I wanted to be. Oh, I forgot to mention this. I am so sorry. I'm just all over the place. So during the application process, you get to pick, I guess, your top cities that you would like to go to. Just because you pick like these top cities, it doesn't necessarily mean you get to go to those. Ultimately, Teach for America, they do some kind of algorithm that puts you in a place that they feel people are the most needed. Excuse me. And also like where you would fit the best, basically. And so with me, one of the top choices for me was New Orleans because, like I said before, I really love that city. On top of that, they ask you to choose what you want to teach. Granted, like I said before, you don't ultimately get to choose. They just tell you where you're going to go. Because you can say, I want to do elementary school English, and they will say, you get to do high school math. Like, you just don't get to choose. So you just have to be flexible when it comes to that because they're basically filling the needs that are needed in the area. So I got my top picks. I got elementary education, and on top of that, I got to go to New Orleans. And then I saw that I had received a lot of transitional funding, so it was going to be easy for me to move there. So at this point, I was like, well, it looks like a really sweet setup. Let me just go ahead and take it. And so I decided to accept a position with Teach for America. And that was around April of last year. So moving forward to present day, I have finished my first year of teaching, and it's been a tumultuous experience. I've learned so much in this past year, and I'm thankful for all the experiences I have, and I'm excited to take what I've learned this year and bring it into my second year and just slay. But with that being said, I'm going to make maybe 3 more videos. One, I'm going to talk about the hiring process and induction when it comes to Teach for America. I'm also going to talk about Institute because Institute is a very interesting place to be. And then my third is I'm just going to talk briefly about my experiences of being a first-year teacher in New Orleans and the interesting dynamics that come with it. So I guess I'm going to call these like the TFA diaries. Yeah, the TFA diaries, that's what we're going to call them. But like I said before, it's been a really awesome, cool experience, and it took me out of my comfort zone for sure. I hated the fact that I had to leave my old job because I loved it so much. I really, really did. But like I said before, I really enjoy being here, and I'm thankful for all the stuff that I've learned while being in New Orleans. So I'm gonna finish this video because it's long enough already. I hope you guys are doing everything you need to do in order to have a happy, successful, and healthy life. And I'm gonna talk to you later. Bye!